Hi, I'm James Shillinglaw. I'm here at the Brownell Academy here in Chicago. It's my first time I've been to this meeting. This is an incredible meeting, an annual meeting that also serves as a training and education event for all of Brownell's independent contractor travel advisors. And I'm here with David Harris, who's the president of Brownell, and he's fairly new. We can't call him new anymore, I guess, because he's been around for 2.5 years now. And we're going to talk to David a little bit about how Brownell operates and what his impressions of the travel industry are coming in. And you'll find out about that and more on Insider Travel Report. David, first of all, it was great to meet you. We met last night at the party, and feel like I've known you forever. It's great. And so you came in how many? 2.5 years ago?
Almost 2.5 years ago. That's right.
Yeah. So, and you're now president, and Troy Hayes, who's your CEO, and also he's the chairman. But you're now going to be You really have been operating the whole agency business for the group, right?
That's right, yeah. So Troy's our visionary. He's a true visionary. He's out there in the industry, seeing what's next, that kind of thing, and kind of getting a vision for where we're going. And then I'm in charge of helping sure we execute that.
Now, what are the systems you've input to help your advisors? What are the ones that really resonate and you feel? I mean, obviously you've got to do reservation systems, you've got to do accounting systems, back office systems. I mean, what have you been trying to put in?
Yeah, so great question. I think everyone is struggling with what are the next tech solutions that are really going to elevate your agency and elevate your advisor performance. And so we put in a new CRM for our advisors this past year.
What's that? Is that a name?
It's TripSuite.
TripSuite. Okay, yeah, I know the system. Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
And great system using modern architecture and modern technology, but new to travel. And so we wanted to be an early adopter in using that system.
Okay.
And so it's been great. We've helped them develop it, and it's working well for our advisors, and it's going to continue to grow and develop as we go down the road.
Yeah. So do you have a relationship with a specific GDS now?
Yeah, we're mainly Sabre.
You're mostly Sabre.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then so you use Sabre, TripSuite. Any other thing we were talking earlier about AI, and you're still looking at some of the solutions there because there's so many of them, right?
Right. Yeah. I mean, if you're not looking at AI, you get the feeling you're going to get left behind. Everybody wants to know what are we going to do in AI, and so we have been looking at that. As I mentioned, we formed a think tank about a year ago to just try to envision what are the best ways we can harness that, knowing that it's going to have a lot of power, and so we haven't quite landed, but we think we have a pretty good plan for what we're going to do in the future with it.
So those are really the main things you're looking at now. I'm sure there are lots of other solutions. What was your background? Where did you come from?
Yeah, so originally, back in the day, I worked with EY got my CPA with them, and I ended up, after a stint there in the mortgage banking industry for a while, and ran a mortgage company, and then ended up in the food ingredients industry of all things. Who knew that was an industry? But did that for a number of years, ran a company there, and then had this opportunity to come into travel, and it's been amazing.
What attracted you to travel in this sense? I mean, we were talking about it earlier. You have come in, fortunately, at what we call the golden age of travel. It wasn't always so. I mean, for a long time, I got in this industry, and it was the golden age. Then it wasn't, because the airlines cut commissions.
Right.
And everybody said, you're going away. Travel advisors, travel agents back then, they're not going to be using them. They're going to be online OTAs, or they're going to be going direct. But what attracted you to this business?
Yeah, I think several things. One is just from looking at the future of the industry. Just it seemed like there was a great trajectory of growth, and some of that's the largest generational transfer of wealth in the history of the world that's taking place, and the fact that many of those people who are enjoying that wealth really want to use it on experiences. It's not as much about things, and so that's, I think, giving a lot of legs to the industry. So I saw that as being a really powerful thing to look at, and then meeting the people. I mean, the people are amazing in this industry.
It is pretty amazing, and you were talking about it earlier, both the travel advisor you work with and all the suppliers, and it is a very different kind of industry.
Yeah, I mean, it's unlike other industries. Everyone seems to be for everyone else. It's a large enough pie. Obviously, it's the world, it's global. And so there's enough business out there, it seems, that everyone seems to want everyone else to succeed. There's enough business to go around, so how can I help you be successful? And so just seeing that and the graciousness that you see in our industry, it's really been refreshing and enjoyable.
Yeah, and so you get to see, and also you're part of a community. You're part of a community at Burnell, which is an amazing community. I know you're really focused on developing that community and helping them succeed, right?
Absolutely, yeah. We're very blessed to have a curated community of really high-performing advisors and their teams and the employees who support them. And so we want to do all we can to elevate their performance and provide them the tools and the techniques and the support to optimize their businesses.
And of course, you're part of the larger travel community, which actually works pretty much the same way in many cases. Everybody's trying to sell something in the leisure travel industry of people like and make money doing it. So it's actually a great profession, being a travel advisor, right?
Absolutely, yeah. I think as I saw the other day, it's one of the top 5 most desired occupations.
It's still, for me, hard to believe because I came in from the 90s where it was like going away, according to everybody, and it was the least desired. Although I will tell you, I started a magazine called Agent at Home. It was the first one that was devoted to the independent contractor model, and that was in 2004, and Credit Suisse First Boston had just come out with a survey that said the fastest growing part of the distribution system was independent contractors, home-based travel advisors. And we were like, yay, we didn't look at the research, we just did it.
Right, yeah, it's so cool. I mean, you see people coming into this industry after being high-performing lawyers or marketing executives.
Recovering lawyers.
Yes, exactly. So, and it's just so cool. I mean, they're able to use their passion and their professionalism and provide these very transformative experiences for their clients and certainly get a huge return, just the richness of that experience. And so one of the challenges, though, is there is so much demand that it can be, it's not all glitz and glamour. There's a lot of work that goes into it. And so one of the things that we try to do for our advisors is provide them the support, the infrastructure, so that they can have balance in their lives and have a great, viable business, really serve their clients well, and yet be able to have the balance in life they desire.
Fantastic. Now, going forward, what's your goal? What are you going to be trying to do with Burnell, and what have you been tasked to do?
Yeah, so we've been around for 138 years.
You're still a young company.
Yeah. Well, as I said the other day, we feel like we're at halftime, and we're getting ready to come out the half, and just absolutely light it up. So we have great plans for the future, and many of those are just doubling down on what we already do. So it's providing that support for our advisors. It's really optimizing that, investing more in that, and some of that's technology, some of that's strategic outsourcing, and really all of it starts with investing in our employees. I think that engagement, that passion radiates out from there.
How many employees do you have versus independent contractors?
So we have 35 employees, and currently about 135 independent contractors, and then their teams.
Right. So they have some teams. So that's what you're here to do, to serve them and to make your employees a better staff and also serve your independent contractor travel advisors, right?
Exactly, yeah. We want each of our staff members to feel like we're investing in them, that we're invested in their future growth personally and professionally. And then again, I think that radiates out to the advisor community. They sense that, they feel that. And there's even though we're not all technically employees of the same company, it has that feeling, that community feel, that everyone is for everyone else, and let's all succeed together.
Well, it's interesting because Burnell turned to an IC model in late 90s when it wasn't necessarily fashionable, but now the largest travel agencies are IC model hosts with no internal staff that are actually travel advisors. They're just serving this group of ICs, and I watched that model grow, and it apparently is the most effective model because these are the largest travel agencies that we have in the market today, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a great combination of, from an agency perspective, it's a variable cost, and so as business fluctuates, that cost fluctuates. But from the advisor perspective, it's great because they get to have their own business. They get to operate as sole proprietors and run a business the way they want to run it. Some want to have huge teams, and that's great. We want to support them. Others just want to be a team of one. Yeah. And it's a lifestyle business that they work in conjunction with the rest of their life. But these are all really dedicated, high-performing professionals, and we're very grateful to have them and support them.
Fantastic. Well, David, it's been great to meet you here at Brunel. Hopefully, we'll get together again soon. I don't know if you go to the Virtuoso meetings.
Absolutely.
I'm at the Virtuoso meetings all the time, and it's really fantastic. I finally got here. I've known about Brunel for a long time. I've known Troy for a while. I've known the owners that he bought out as well, and it's always been a highly respected and obviously the oldest travel agency in the business. What always throws me for a loop because older than American Express, and yet here you are. You're vibrant. Your organization is really thriving, especially in this golden age of travel.
Absolutely. The future's bright, so we're very excited.
I'm James Shillinglaw, and this is Insider Travel Report.